Good evening, everybody. Good evening. It's good to see everybody back on our day-long, top-of-the-hour prayer vigil. I'll give folks a couple minutes to connect and a couple folks minutes to log on and to see us. The hair on top of my head's being blown a little bit crazy by the wind, but that's all right. That doesn't matter. I'll give folks just a couple minutes to gather and to join in as part of this time of prayer. I am live from Hosanna Lutheran Church, which is an ELCA congregation that is my polling place. This church is just a little north of my house. It's just across the street from Liberty North High School. We live up north of the river. And I was here bright and early this morning. If you tuned in for my noon check-in, you know that I came and I voted first thing this morning. I was here at 5:50, and I actually parked not too far away from where I'm standing right now. And then I followed a line that was an hour and a half long so that I could cast my vote. I love this little church. I love to drive by it, partially because, as you can see, it's got this small little vineyard right outside of it. It's 6 rows or so of grapes. But every time I drive by, I'm always reminded that our lives are organic, that hope is something that grows, that love comes in seeds that have to be planted and tended. This morning, as I stood in line waiting to cast my vote, I almost stood in the vineyard getting ready to cast my vote. It was pretty amazing to watch everybody standing in line together, and so I thought it was best to return back here to my polling place here at the end of the day. You know, polls here will close in about 2 hours, and there are poll workers in there that have been working all day. They are planting seeds of love and hope through their own practices of being great citizens. So we return to this vineyard in this moment to offer a prayer at this hour. I want to invite you to pray with me no matter where you are. I invite you to take in a deep breath and then breathe out. Another deep breath. One more. Holy tender of the vines, perhaps you have called me here to remember that the fruits of your Spirit are not the vote going one way. The fruits of your Spirit are not even getting out to vote. The fruits of the Spirit are not what will come tomorrow or in the week ahead or even later tonight. The fruits of your Spirit are love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. I feel like those are the fruits that I really want to feast on today, oh God, as you remind us that our lives are so deeply organic, that we are rooted where we are, that our lives find deep meaning in the soil wherever we might be planted. This day, oh God, remind us that we are all planted in the same soil, that we share a common creation, that we together are stewards of this beloved and amazing planet that you have gifted us with. Remind us in this day of those fruits of the Spirit that we are to bear forth, not necessarily in having the right vote or even doing the right thing, but instead in treating one another with dignity and grace and goodness. At this hour, O God, as we take in deep breaths, help us to lay down our anxieties and our fears at your feet and pick up in their place patience and goodness and gentleness and faithfulness. Gracious God, bless us in this hour, that we might fill the world with prayers rooted where we are, reminding all of us that the seeds of hope and love and joy cannot just be planted, but they also must be tended. gracious God, be with us and continue to bless us in this day. Amen. Friends, we have 2 more prayer vigil times coming at you at 6 o'clock. We'll have a prayer vigil time with Jonathan Antle. And then at 7 o'clock, Reverend Shanna will close out our formal portion of our prayer vigil with another live spot from her home. And then after that, we'll go from there. You might hear from us again tonight. We'll see. We'll just proceed forward. God's beloved, go in grace to plant seeds of hope and joy and love. Amen.